This is a specialised Sirrus-X 2019 carbon comp. It's a new bike to me. I've had a couple of bikes before. I've had one bike from 1992. The next bike I bought was 2006, and it was a road bike, and I'm fed up with road bikes. I'm fed up with being crunched over the handlebars, and I finally got myself a bike that is the right size for me. I'm 6'3", and this is an XL frame, and it's exactly the right size for me and gives me a positive riding experience, a more upright riding experience. It's 11 gears. It's a single chain set, which is a contentious point for some. I find it's been an utter revelation. It's disc brakes, and it's got the Future Shock stem, so it means that it's got a level of suspension at the front. The main thing is it's nice and light, and it's manoeuvrable, and it's nimble, and you can speed along at easily 20-25 miles an hour, getting up a real pace and keeping it going. But this bike's changed everything for me, as it helps me recover from a cruciate ligament tear, which happened to me over a year ago, and I've rehabilitated really badly, and I'm having to turn everything around now and make riding very much the focus of what I'm doing. So let me take you through some of the features, give you some kind of idea of what's going on and why I bought it. I wasn't too sure about this at first, but I am now 110% convinced it's a single cassette chain set combination. The chain set's got 42 teeth at the front. The cassette's an 11 to 42, so 42 is your first gear, 11 is your 11th gear in that sense. It's got an SRAM 11-speed derailleur, you can see there, and it's fabulous. It's incredibly good. The biggest problem that people get when going over to single chain sets is that the chain set itself is either going to have too abrupt gear jumps, or also that there's not going to be enough gearing going on for all of your activities, your climbing and your downhills. And I can honestly say that that's no problem at all. First gear gives me 1-to-1, in other words, so one pedal ratio to one turn of the rear cassette, because it's an 11. Sorry, it's 42 on the front and 42 on the back. I guess that's how it's turned. The main thing is that the jumps and steps between gears are absolutely fine, although it does occasionally sort of knock into gear with a very loud bang. It can drop the chain a little bit, but it's not an issue at all. Then when you're in 11th gear and you're giving it some down a hill, you can get up to about speeds of about 35, 36 miles an hour, which, believe me, is more than fast enough for what you need to be doing on a bicycle these days, considering the state of our road traffic. Now, I've put some, I think they're called DVR, I think they're V12 pedals on there. I'm sorry, I might have the make wrong there, I'm not too sure. Yes, I came off recently. That was a bit of a stupid thing to do, realising I can't go 20 miles an hour round a roundabout when it's damp. Slid on some oil and went right across the road, but luckily I'm okay. The seat post isn't jacked up in the air. How wonderful is that? And the seat, well, it's a specialised seat. I would say I wouldn't change any components on this bike, except I may at some time change the seat, because it's not the most comfortable, but I guess that's also down to me. I'm using padded cycling pants, but I'm still finding it uncomfortable, I have to say. The thing is, it's got a 9-degree bend in the handlebars. You can just sort of make it out there, and you can see the stem. That's your Future Shock stem. It's got a spring in there. Apparently you can have 3 levels of springs. You can have sort of like a soft, medium and a hard spring. It's all in here, and it's not something that's easily user serviceable, although I was told to sort of bring it in if I wanted to change that over. But I'm not too convinced, I have to say, that it's doing the job that I would have expected. It doesn't feel that there's enough suspension. The disc brakes are fabulous. I don't know what model they are. I can't tell you much about it. Again, I'm not too techie when it comes to bicycles, but it's a fabulous, very fast stop if you need it to be. The thing I love about carbon bikes is that the tubing, every single tube, when you look at it on the bike, from the headset to the forks to the down tube here, the bottom tube or whatever it is, and the top tube here. The top tube's like really flat. It's kind of like an oval effect, and it's really wonderful, because it means also you can just pick it up and stick it on your shoulder and climb up the steps back into your house or whatever you need to do. It's just great. A couple of bottle cage connection points here, and there's a triple one here. I'm assuming that's allowing you to carry as much water as you need, but it may be for other purposes as well. I'm not too sure. Tyres are fabulous. Wheels are fabulous. Tyres are really good because they're just smooth enough in the middles, and on the edges they've got a nice amount of grip. So when you turn and corner, they're really good. I think the wheels are fabulous on it, and it's one smooth ride. It really is. It's very quiet when you get pedalling, and it's got a real positive vibe about it. I love the chain as well. Just this really nice sort of like silver and black chain. I clean it up regularly. Never done that before, but now you'll find me cleaning it after every ride because I'm very proud of it, and it really does make for a wonderful riding experience, and it's helping me rehabilitate and get my knee strength back together. So it's not cheap, 1,600 quid. That's quite a lot of money, as you can probably expect for a bicycle, but the main thing is we'll call it medical reasons as to why I'm riding this machine. But it's piquing my overall fitness. I'm just going up and up and up, which is really something else. I have weighed it on my luggage scales, and it's 10.2 kilos. Now, they don't give you that weight on the Sirrus website for some reason, specialised website. It's 10.2 kilos, but it's more than enough, I would say. It's nice and light. It's considering the components and everything that's on it, it's surely a fast and agile ride because of it. But it's all about geometry with this bike, and I'm very happy that I'm riding it now. It's long gone is the road bike. Long gone is the crunched neck and the horrible riding position. And I've still got my old orange aluminium O mountain bike from 1992 that I bought off a sadly not seen friend of mine, Ben, from all those years ago. And I've still got it. I take it into bike shops and they all gather around it. They can't believe what they're seeing. Piece of mountain biking history, but it had all the components on it as well at the time. And I've done it up recently and I'm still riding that as well. But as soon as you get on this, night and day difference. It's amazing how technology has moved on. Anyway, so Sirrus-X 1992, Sirrus-X 2019 carbon comp. It's 1,600 quid, 10.2 kilos, 11 gears, single chain set, disc brakes, and it goes like a rocket. And I am racing into the sunset. In fact, I might even go out right now.